Hello guys, I'm FIFA and welcome to the episode of just any informational videos today guys. We're doing the first one on the FootWiz app guys, and today we are talking about the best players. Now everyone's going like, oh, debates into the video on the best players that could get Copa America and all that kind of stuff. Copa America, all that kind of stuff. But nobody is now focused, it's injustice. Nobody's focusing on the Under-21s tournament, and I really want to see how good this tournament is going to be guys, because I've watched a couple of games. I watched a game against Portugal and England last night. And I really enjoyed watching the tournament. I don't understand me. It's just proven these are young, upcoming stars that could be representing their senior national teams in the upcoming years, guys. So let's get into the first one here, guys, and that's John Stones. Hear that there, guys? He's my Everton lad, and then John Stones, he's going to come up. I think that obviously, England did lose 1-0 last night. I obviously should have done this before the tournament started, but again, he's a player to look out for in the tournament. Not only because John Stones, I think, has been really vital for Everton this year, in my opinion. And again, he's our best centre-back by an absolute mile. And again, we need someone good next to him. Jags is good, but we need someone back up next to him, just in case someone's good enough to go up next to John Stones and stuff like that, guys. We're going to our next guy, which is going to be Nathan Redmond now. Now, Nathan Redmond, guys. What's with Nathan Redmond, you ask? Nathan Redmond is a young guy. He got promoted to the Premier League with Norwich. And again, he could be very vital for England this year when the tournament is now. He could use his skills and pace to hopefully drag England out of sticky situations. And again, Nathan Redmond has that ability. Just got promoted with Norwich, like I said, and a very, very good young star at that, guys. So we're on to our next guy, which is Bruma now. Bruma, guys, he's fast at Galatasaray. He's got a bit, he's got a bit good potential in him. And again, he's quite fast. And a guy that everyone thinks could be in the BPL for many years. And guys, people think he's actually the new Ronaldo, which I actually think could actually be true, guys. Which is a big one for Bruma and stuff like that. Because, again, he's been compared to bloody Ronaldo. So, again, this guy might have a bit of potential in him. But, again, he's set to start in the wing for Portugal. He didn't start last night, which I was a bit, I don't know, iffed about. But, again, Bruma, another one to watch out for later on in the tournament, guys. So, on to our next guy, which is Thiago Ollie. He started last night. Bordeaux. This man needs to get a start back in the BPL. It's ridiculous. This man needs to get a start back in the BPL. He hasn't had a chance to prove himself at Liverpool yet. And again, Liverpool need a new centre-back in all fairness. And again, why not start Thiago Ollie? See how good he is. And again, I think Brendan Rodgers, you've got to look at the young man and say, right, mate, you're on my starting team. And again, this guy has potential. So again, that will be such a sweaty card in FIFA-wise anyway, guys. But as you know how overpowered Ollie is in the game, guys. But again, Thiago Ollie, just get him in the squad, Brendan Rodgers. What are you doing? Just get him in the squad if you need a good new centre-back, guys. And again, one player again to look out for because he's a big, tall centre-back and can score a lot of goals from his head, guys. We're on to our next guy, which is the Celtic man, John Guidetti. Now, John Guidetti, I've seen him score a couple of goals in this league. And now with John Guidetti, he's a good young striker, but he's got a bit of a temper on him. And that I think lets him down a wee bit, in my opinion. I mean, the guy's a bit raw, in all fairness, guys. He's not really the most passionate player. He gets drunk a lot and all that kind of stuff. But again, John Guidetti, he's like one of he's still young a wee bit, and again, this guy I don't think is good enough in my opinion because I think he has a bit of a temper on him. So again, that could really let him down at the end of the day. But definitely will be Sweden's talisman in this tournament for them, guys. And I think this will be a very, very good player. And Sweden will have to use him as their talisman to try and get out of their group, guys. As we move on to our next guy, which is Ruben Neves, another Portuguese man. Now this guy's been linked to Liverpool, and again, I can understand why. This guy's a very, very good young talent. He's Portuguese, from Porto. I know the Silva Arturo's Army Silva or something like that. Ruben Neves, and again, all 17 overall. And this would be a sick card if it did get released. And again, a very, very good player, Ruben Neves, and could be a young star for the future. Definitely a guy. Liverpool rating 20 million on this guy's head, which again, really, really says to you that this guy writes potential all over him. And again, a very, very good young player for Portuguese players in the later future, guys. We want to our next guy, which is Saido Berahino. Now, Saido Berahino, he's a young player from West Brom. Again, caught with Newcastle. Big club's going to come and swoop in for him. But Berahino, he's not good enough in my opinion. And again, that's pretty sad to say that he's not good enough for Berahino. And again, if he gets to growing and stuff like that, he might be good enough, guys. He's quick, and this card would be really sick on FIFA-wise if it was released. And again, Berahino, I don't know what to say about the lad. I do not know, in all fairness, what to say about the lad. Again, he's young. He has potential. That, guys. any young Englishman, any young Englishman with potential, obviously going to be like that. But I think he's overpriced a wee bit. As we move on to the next guy, which is Bertoletti. Now, Bertoletti is playing for Parma. Obviously, he's been in the shadows of Diabala this year, guys. But again, he's an Italian youngster. Everyone rates this guy really, really good because apparently Italy's team right now in the coming tournament, Italy have got a very strong squad, guys, apparently. And they could even challenge the title this year. And they've got very, very good young talents like Domenico Berardi, who will be coming up again, guys, that do have young potential and can play really well. And again, Italy could be a team for dark horses later on in future tournaments of the World Cup. And again, there could be future players in this tournament, guys, and could be dark horses. And we on to the next guy, which is another Italian. We have got Danilo Reggiani or something like that, guys. That's what his name is. He played and had a fantastic year for Empoli this year. He's a very, very good, solid centre-back for them. And done a lot well, guys. And I think he's really impressed me, guys. And again, he could be a new card on the team if he did get released as a man-of-match card. Which I do see a bit happening, guys. But again, Rodieri, he's a good young player. Has that potential. Has that play style he does, guys. And he's compared to a new Chiellini. So again, Rodieri, could he be the next Maldini or Baresi or something like that? Could he be the next person to that? Let me know down in the comments. But Daniel Reggiani, I've heard he had a fantastic year this year and has potential, guys. We're on to the next guy, which is going to be Johannes Geis. Now representing Germany, he's got potential. Again, I've seen everyone using this guy. If you play career mode, he's a cheap gem. Pick him up for 5 million, and he's somewhere around 76 overall, somewhere around there. And he's a very, very good player, guys. There's no doubt about that with Johannes Geis. And again, very, very good young player, and can represent Germany at this tournament. And I hope he does well, because a lot of EPL clubs have been linked with the man. And again, if he did get linked with a BPL club, I can't wait to see if he did join another club, because I think this guy has a very, very good future behind him, guys. We move on to our next guy, which is going to be Jurisic. Spent last year on Southampton. Never really got a start. I don't understand why, in all fairness, because I don't understand why he never got a start. But again, that's up to Ronald Koeman. But again, I don't know why he never got a start. He's got potential. He's representing Serbia, and he's playing that number 10 role for them. And again, he's a very, very good player. Going back to Benfica in the end of his loan spell, he'll be going back to Benfica, which I think is next couple of weeks he'll be heading back to Benfica, I think. But after being in Southampton, never really got a stink in the BPL. And again, you know, he's definitely a guy people are saying it's definitely a guy for the future and could play as that new number 10 and be one of the best cams in the world and stuff like that, guys. We're on to our next guy, which is going to be Danny Ings. Obviously left to Liverpool. I forgot to put his Liverpool card in there, but it's his Burnley card anyway, guys. So again, with Danny Ings, he's very, I don't know what to say. Danny Ings is quick. He's good on FIFA, in all fairness, guys. I'll say that now. He's good on FIFA and stuff like that, guys. But again, I can't really see Danny Ings doing. I mean, Danny Ings is fast. He's very, very talented. But is he going to be another flop, Liverpool? That's my main question. Is he going to be another flop? He can't be a Raheem Sterling. He can't be a money grabbing bastard. He can't be that. So again, in all fairness to Danny Ings, I think that he needs to prove himself. Money's not going to come into it, and I think Danny Ings, we'll have a decent year for Liverpool next year, guys. Moving on to our next guy, which is going to be Tomas Kalas. Now, Tomas Kalas is Czech Republican. He plays for FC Cologne, guys. He's very, very he's young. He's got an 80 pace centre back. I'll be so good if it came out there, guys. But again, this guy, another player. I think Jose Mourinho. This guy has a lot to prove. Obviously, he's not at Cologne right now, guys. He's at Chelsea. But again, this guy, I think next year should be given a chance to prove himself, like Zuma did this year. And he needs a player that can actually prove himself. And I think Kalas, he needs to prove himself at Chelsea. So again, Jose Mourinho, stick this man in your team, and he will do wonders for you. In all fairness, guys. So I think definitely Tomas Kalas needs to be called up to a squad. He needs to get some game time under his belt so he can be good for teams, guys. But again, we go on to our next guy, which is going, and obviously a big name for Czech Republic, and he'll be there, rock at the back in this tournament for the host nation. We go on to our next guy, which is going to be Lazar Markovic. Didn't have the best of years starting for, he's definitely a signing for the future, Brendan Rodgers said. I'm an Everton fan in all fairness, but again, Lazar Markovic, he's always a good young player in all fairness. Everyone knows that Lazar Markovic is a very, very good young player. He's fast, he's rapid, he can create chances. And he's not been a bad player this year, but he hasn't lit up the Premier League in all fairness. So again, with Lazar Markovic, you think, I don't know what to say about the man. I don't really know what to say about him. But again, I don't know what to say about Lazer Markovic. I really don't. But again, he's forgotten in the Premier League in all fairness. But again, has some time to prove himself at the under-21s for Serbia. As we move on to the next guy, which is going to be another Serbian, which is Nastasic. Now, sorry guys, I'll have to editing error there. He's not currently playing for City. He moved to Schalke. And again, this guy, City thought he was just another shite centre back that they wasted their money on. But Nastasic, I think he has a lot to prove. And I don't know what to say, guys. He hasn't been bad for Schalke this year. He's been a very solid signing for them, even though they've had an absolute dreadful year. And Chuba Moting and Nastasic and Farman have been their only decent players this year, in all fairness, guys. So again, that's really what happened with the club, because they only have the decent players that they have, in all fairness. And again, one of them is Nastasic. Chuba Moting and Farman have been the only good players this year for them. And again, Nastasic has a lot to prove at this tournament. Another player from Serbia that I thought Serbia were a shit side when they came into it, but after looking at all the good players that they've got in their team, I think they might have a chance of winning it, in all fairness, guys. So it goes on to the next guy, which is going to be Kevin Volland. I wanted to put this at striker because he could be representing Germany at striker, but I'm not sure. Again, this guy he's perfect. Guys, I've said this all the time in FIFA. He is a striker through and through. He shouldn't be playing right mid. He's a striker through and through. And again, Volland is a very, very good young talent and will be captaining in Germany on the 21 side, as they are potentially favourites for the tournament, guys. And again, as you can see there, guys, he's got very, very good stats. If you look at it there, the pace, the right mid, all that kind of stuff, guys. He's all right, guys. He's got fitness. You've got very, very good shooting and stuff like that. And he's very, very, very good card. If you look at that card, guys, up the defending and the pace, and you could have a very well-rounded right midfielder, like you do with Dehan and Vass and stuff like that. But again, very, very rounded striker. If he did put up everything on 80, if I was a striker, guys, I'd like to have all 4 stats 80, and you know who they are: pace, dribbling, shooting, and physical. I'd like to have on 80 if there is a striker on this game, guys. So on to our next guy, which is going to be Robin Konoka, another German, another German Deutschland player playing for them. He's had a good year, very unsung, guys. I think this guy's is an unsung hero. He's been very, very well for Wolfsburg this year. And again, he's been playing a very, very solid centre-back. But again, he's been overshadowed by Naldo. And I think that's really what I got to say, guys. Robin Konoka. People say, oh, Naldo's just carried in the game. Robin Konoka had a very, very good year for Wolfsburg this year and was very, very good for them. And an unsung hero, in my opinion. After watching a lot of Bundesliga games, I think he's an unsung hero in all fairness, Robin Konoka. And again, a very, very good young player. And again, another player in this squad to look out for at the Euro 2015 Euro Championship in the Czech Republic. As we move on to the next guy, which is William Carvalho, one of the big names at this tournament. Obviously linked with big teams around Arsenal. Arsenal, Manchester City, all that lot, all linked with him. And again, William Carvalho, he has a lot to prove, guys, and no doubt about that. He wants to go out and say, listen, if you're going to spend 30 million on me, I'm going to prove that I'm worth 40 or 30 million. That's what he's trying to do, guys. And again, he's one of these players that he's going to sweep the shit up in CDM. And I think that's what you want in the CDM. You want the guy that just sweeps the shit up. And again, Carvalho would be a fantastic player to do that, so and forth, guys. And again, a big name, Portugal's big name at this tournament. He's hoping that he could be very, very vital for Portugal today or on this Euro Championships, and could even help them win it, guys. We're on to the next guy, which is going to be Hurricane Harry. Now, Harry Kane has a lot to prove. He's worth 40 million apparently on Transfermarkt.com. He has a lot to bloody prove. Man U wanted 40 million for him. Sorry, not 40 million. 40 million Man U wanted him for. So this guy has a lot to prove, guys. And again, didn't have the best games last night. I'll say that now. But again, Harry Kane, could he just be another James Beattie or something like that? Could he just be another Marco Janko? And again, I think that's what's going to happen with him. I really could see that happening with Harry Kane and all that kind of stuff, guys. So let's move on to our next guy, and a very, very big name, and can do well in the European Championships. And we are going on to our next guy, which is going to be Domenico Berardi, guys. Now, Domenico Berardi, he has a lot to prove. Again, Juventus co-owned him and stuff like that, guys. He has potential, there's no doubt about that, and stuff like that, guys. So again, very good potential, and has a lot to prove at a tournament and stuff like that, guys. Moving on to our next guy, guys, which is going to be the man himself. One of the big names that has potential to prove. It's Vanson Cadillac. We all know Cadillac has potential, guys. He's a fast player. We all know he's sweaty and stuff like that, and he will be representing the Czech Republic at this tournament. He's got good potential, guys, and again, everyone expects him to carry the host nation this year, which I think is a bit harsh. You know, Neymar, he was good quality, and he was set to carry them, and again, he did carry them, but again, with Cadillac, is he going to carry them in all fairness? Is he going to carry this host nation team that are not the best, guys? I don't think he'll carry them in all fairness. I think Czech Republic will not get through, and again, Cadillac, I can't see him just carrying Czech Republic all the way. I can't really see it at all, guys. So again, a very, very big name that could really do well this year, Cadillac, and again, had a very good year for Frankfurt in the year and a good player to watch out for. As we move on to our next guy, which is Marc-Andre ter Stegen, guys. Now, the German, very, very good year for Barcelona this year. He won the Champions League of Barcelona. He won the treble, and he was our number one most of the way, guys. And again, you know, he's a very, very good young potential keeper, and he's starting in net for Germany. I really don't understand. He should be back straight away, back up for Germany. And understand now, guys, you got Weidenfeld and all that lot. But again, ter Stegen, he should be straight up back up for German national team. And again, Leno, who's not in the squad build, again, another player to look out for. But again, he should also be in there as well, in the squad builders as well, guys. Because Leno, again, they're both two really, really good keepers that should be backups to Manuel Neuer if anything happens to them, guys. So that's why I think Marc-Andre ter Stegen and Brenner Leno both represent each other. Are very good players to watch out for, but obviously one will have to start in net for Germany at this tournament, guys. Moving on to our next guy, which is going to be our final guy, which is Pierre-Emerick Højbjerg. Now, he played out in Augsburg this year. He's a player to look out for because he's, you know, obviously young, plays for Bayern Munich, has a lot of potential up his sock, and again, this guy can really, really play well if he wants to. And again, a very, very Augsburg signed him at the end of the year, and he done really well for them. And again, a Bayern youngster, they're not going to complain, are they? So again, this is really looking good for Højbjerg and the Danish. They've got a very, very good squad. You've got Victor Fischer in there. I forgot to put him in, but again, he looks very, very sweet as well. You've got Yusuf Poulsen, who we all know I love the man. He's a very, very good player in this game, and he really scored a lot of goals for me. And again, you've got players like Højbjerg and Yusuf Poulsen who has fantastic potential out of life as well. So Denmark, later on in tournaments, are a very, very good young team that can come and score goals and stuff like that, guys. As we go and see our final squad builder, we go and check out all the players that are in this team, guys, and all that kind of stuff, guys. We've got the bench, obviously. We've got Højbjerg. We've got all that lot. Kane, William Carvalho, Robin Knocker, Volland, Nastasic, Kalas, and obviously the man himself, Danny Ings there. We've got Stones, Allore, Bruma, Redmond, Guidetti, Neves, Bellotti, Berahino, Rodgan, I can't pronounce his name, Juric, Geis, and all that lot, guys. Obviously, as you can see all these good players here, guys. So this is going to bring an end to this episode here. Thank you for watching another episode of Just My Channel, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye. Bye.